This is part of the architectural floor plan project, the rainwater leader plan detail, and this will be the start procedure and drawing instructions. So the start of the project, you'll have this drawn for you. The grids will be here, but you'll have to do a little bit more work, and what we'll do is just zoom in here. And the first thing is to edit the grid so that you are indicating where the location of the column that you're working on in the building. And then the second step, you'll have to decide on where the rainwater leader will be in the detail. So you have 4 options to kind of pick where that rainwater leader comes down. So you'll pick that. And then you're going to have that, you have to work with the walls here is the next thing that we're going to be doing. So the walls have to come into the column. And so what we're going to try to do is make it so that we save on the number of corners in the building, corner beads, and the drywall work that has to go into finishing off those corners. So we'll try to work it so that we only have the one corner at each column. So the walls will line up with the edge of the column enclosure. The walls will come in, the drywall will come in and line up with the drywall of the column enclosure, and to avoid as many corners as possible. Okay, and then the next step would be step 3. You locate your partitions, and the partitions, just basically from your design layout, will dictate what the partitions will be, the wall partitions. And they're located in the AutoCAD file at the top of the drawing, and you'll use those partition types to surround the column. And you can just copy those. The partition types have all been drawn for you, and you can just copy those down into your detail. And step number 4 is drawing instructions, which is the next page. So here's our drawing instructions. Okay. So the thing is, you'll go and you'll get the wall partitions in place. You'll locate all those partitions. You'll locate the enclosure with the stud and the drywall. And then you'll note what the item is that you've put in for the drywall enclosure. You'll also dimension where those studs are. You'll note the partition type that you're using, right? You'll note the partition type that you're using. You'll note the framing and put the framing in place to secure the drywall at those corners. You'll make sure that the rainwater leader is masked against sound, so you'll put some sound dampening in here in the way of a bad insulation. And you'll note there's no gypsum board on the inside wall, so you'll grab the wall and you'll bring it in, and they'll have gypsum board come down here. You'll have to fillet that and trim that up. Okay, so there's no gypsum board on the inside here and here. And to get your gypsum board to read with light lines and dark lines, right, just make sure it's on the proper layer. You got gypsum board out and you got gypsum board in. Okay, so the outer layer is going to be the dark one. So that's it. Those are the start and drawing instructions for the detail.